Good news is, we're already through the first quarter. So, and Mark is anxiously waiting to take over. He can't wait for this next 9 months to go by. So, patience, Mark, it'll be there.
It's already flying by.
On the 24th of September, I sent out a request to all the AGs because I wanted to meet with the AGs and their presidents in order just to kind of get an update and to see how they're doing as far as their goals go. And obviously, the most important goal for me is the membership goal. And I sent Naomi a copy of the D5000 membership progress report just to go over that real quickly. The importance of that report. They've kind of updated it, but the report that I sent Naomi is dated. It's was effective last month, so we don't have October's numbers in yet. It normally takes them about a week to compile them all before they send me a new report. And when they do, I'll send that out to folks so they got a chance to take a look at the report. Can you bring that report up, Naomi? As you can see, this report is dated September 1st. And these numbers have changed, obviously, because some of the clubs out there have done very, very well in the month. So, like I said, I will send out the new report as soon as I get it. But I just wanted to kind of go over the basics and the most important parts of this report. And this report is just a tool, for the AGs and presidents to manage their club. I really like the tool because it provides me at a glance exactly where a club is at and meeting their membership goals. And the first one up at the top is the Valley Isle Sunset Kahului Club, which has been renamed, but everybody keeps referring to it as the Valley Isle. And of course, now it's the Eco Club of Maui. But the name change hasn't caught up. So a lot of the stats that are reported are going against the Valley Isle Sunset Club. So we'll see what comes up 1 October. But you can see, that them and Pahoa are the only two clubs as of the 1st of September were in the green. And how you get in the green is not necessarily by the number of folks that you bring in as new members. It has to do with attrition. And that's what makes this report so important, is the attrition rate. So Valley Isle has an average attrition rate of 3, but they brought in 4. So right now, as of 1 September, they had a net gain of 1. Hence the reason why they're in the green. Pahoa is in the green because they are at break even. They have their average attrition rate is very low. They only lose 1. They've already brought in 1. So they're at 0 net gain. But yeah, and like I said, I know many of these clubs have brought in more new members. So these numbers are dated. For example, Pahoa Sunset is, I know, bringing in Ashley Kirkowitz, the local councilwoman for that area. So, and I think she comes in, either they already brought her in or she comes in sometime this week at their Tuesday meeting. And I think Benson is going to be the one to induct her into the club. And just one other thing, I'll point out in this report, you go all the way down to Hilo, and Hilo has brought in 12 new members this year already, but they're in the red because their average attrition rate is 14. So they're really at a -2. Now, again, I know Connie has brought in more new members, and next report, they should show green because they brought in more new members than what their average attrition rate is. But it's so important for the presidents to understand this average attrition rate, so we don't get into the same predicament that we've gotten into year after year after year, where in April, May timeframe, we're celebrating that our numbers are up, but if you went back and you took a look at all those numbers, none of all those that finished in the red had attrition numbers that really tracked what RI is tracking with us here, as far as the number of members that we lose. And the reason why, there's several reasons why I will talk about this with the presidents and the AGs whenever we meet together, is that there's only two ways to address attrition. And of course, the most favored way is to keep more people. But if they don't know what their average attrition rate is, you're down and look at South Hilo, they have an average attrition rate of -12. So if the president doesn't know what that number is, she really doesn't know what her goal for membership should be. And I know South Hilo is doing quite well, but she's got to try and attain the average attrition rate of 12, or she'll finish the year in the red, as so many of the clubs did last year, because they looked really good in April and May. And then, of course, we clean our rosters, and hence then all comes all the negative numbers. So I will go over this report whenever I meet with the AGs and their presidents, and not just this report, but I want to get a feeling for how the clubs are doing with their community service projects, with their foundation giving, the whole 9 yards. But the membership goal will be the number one item that I bring up, and make sure that they understand this report. Now, this report's a little bit different than the ones previous, and the reason why it's a little bit different, they tried to simplify this report a little bit, because the other one just had a little bit too much data in it, and it was a little bit harder to understand at a glance. So, enough about that report. We got a whole bunch of other stuff to go over. Let's see. The other thing I want to make sure that clubs are moving towards, whenever I meet, is doing joint projects. Have they done any joint projects? Are they planning on doing any joint projects? That sort of thing, which I think is very, very important to get folks engaged. Is that they're doing projects together, and not everybody, all 53 clubs doing their own thing. So I will definitely talk about that a little bit. And we'll want to make sure that the clubs are, posting, the community service projects that they've got coming up. And we've got it on the D5000 website. So everybody in the district, especially those smaller clubs that are looking to help out, but they don't really have the resources to logistically plan and put together a project. So, and obviously, whenever we get more people out on a project, we're much more impactful on our projects, and we in turn get a whole lot better PI when we're more impactful. I will push, and I'll talk about a little bit at the president's meeting, our district conference last, and Conrad, thank you, sends me an update every week on where we're at as far as the number of registered Rotarians we have for the event. Right now, we're standing at 87, which is not bad, but I sure would like to see it a lot better than that. I'd like to see us starting to reach our capacity. Please do encourage your clubs, to attend the district conference. This is a very affordable district conference. Making it a staycation is very, appealing to, a lot of folks coming over to the Big Island for the conference, and of course, in Astoria, we want all your West Side folks to come over too. I had a list that Conrad sends me once a week of everybody that's registered. I just didn't remember to print that out. Amazingly, the Kapolei Club is doing very, very well. They've got like 8 members signed up for the, and there's not much more than 10 in the whole club. So it's really cool that ratio-wise, they're knocking it out of the park, and they did it early. We've also extended the early bird registration until 31 October in order to get more people to take advantage of the district conference. Right now, I don't have speakers confirmed. RI kind of throws a wrench in it. And Mark, whenever you're planning yours, the big wrench is they just don't let you know whether or not the RI representative is going to be there, for the conference. And if they do send someone, you're required to give them a couple times to speak. So you can't really put your whole program together until they let you know. So if you have somebody from RI that you have in mind that you'd like to come, speak at the district conference, bug them early. And even if you do, which I did, you still kind of get, we don't assign it until so many months out, and then you get to that point and they're still not assigning them. So, it is a bit of a challenge on trying to get, keynote speakers set up for the district conference. And girls empowerment, it is going very, very well under Nancy and Nalani's co-chairing that committee. They've got, I think, 6 or 8 on it. They're looking for more from the neighbor islands to participate. We had an excellent speaker with the downtown club this past week, Alika. I forget what her last name is, but she's very involved in girls empowerment and stuff. So you've got folks that are interested in that. Make sure you get a hold of Nancy or Nalani and let them know that they want to participate in that event. Club elections, for my good friend Mark, it is absolutely essential that they plan to do their elections in December. They need to identify their PEs already, but that the best way to do it, and I know it doesn't work for every club, is to have the elections committee, nominating committee, that's already putting the names together here in October and November, and then the president or the PE has an opportunity to work with the nominating committee in order to make sure that they have the team, that they want come 1 July. Well, and of course they present it to the club. There's always as many of these as I've attended, and they take a club vote on the PE and the board. I have yet to see anybody contest a vote. It's more of getting folks to fill in those slots.
Hey, Randy, the best way is you tell the current president they're automatically the PE if they don't get a PE. So, Mark, what you might want to do is tell the current presidents if they don't have a PE named, we're going to put them in as placeholders so they can get the emails that you're sending out for the PEs, and then they can pass it on to whoever is going to be PE if there is. But tell them they're going to be the PE if they don't get one.
And that's exactly what I ended up having to do last year too, Mark, is I reached out to all the current presidents and said, hey, no PE. Guess what? RI rules say you're it again. So it did help motivate them to move along. And I know it's really challenging for some of the clubs. And I seen Vincent do it with South Hilo. And absolutely the best way to tackle that one is, and of course, the first meeting is the most difficult one. But if you can name your PEs out 5 years, it absolutely makes future planning so much easier. And it's much easier to get someone to commit to being the president 3-4 years down the road than it is the very next president. That's the tough one. 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road, it's like, oh yeah, I can do that. And what it really does is, at least in the back of their mind, they know that they're going to become president, so they pay a little bit more attention to what's going on and what they want to do in their year. So anytime I get a chance, I try and encourage the clubs to, bite the bullet and go down that list. And, obviously, the list may change whenever it goes out 5 years. But at least you got somebody, that's a placeholder there. And it does make it much easier to get somebody to step up whenever they know they've got 4 years to prepare for it. And maybe not even, 4 years to prepare for it. But they're thinking, 4 years, what the heck, I can do that. I just can't do it next year. So, and Roz will talk about polio plus giving at the president's meeting. She wanted a few minutes to talk about that. And with that, we got 7 minutes left. I will open it up for any questions for me. And I will remind everybody that 24 October, Naomi, that the nominations or the applications for district governor have to be in. We actually meet to do the selection. I don't, because I don't have a vote in it, but Naomi and the other past district governors will select the next district governor on the 29th of October.
Hey, Randy, I have a question.
Oh, go ahead,
Go ahead,
Mr.
Mr.
I'll ask after.
I have a question. That $169 per night rate, is that at the Grand Naniloa Hotel or any hotel out there in the Banyan area?
No, that's at the Grand Naniloa, the Hilton
Okay.
Grand Naniloa. Yep, and they're pretty nice rooms. I went through them, and for $169 a night, I know I'm going to Kauai tomorrow and then Maui, and man, it's impossible to find an affordable room over there, especially on Kauai. I got a whole bunch of folks offering me their homes in Maui, so Maui's a piece of cake anymore, but Kauai is very expensive. So Jamie, you had a question?
Yeah, I know there was talk about some activities either prior or after the district conference. Is there any more word on like dates so that we can kind of book our hotel and our flights?
We don't have exact specifics. I know Jen is working very hard on that, on trying to set up the tour. She's got Arnott's, which is a local tour company here, willing to do tours up to the volcano, and up to the observation point at Mauna Kea. They can't go all the way to the telescopes because DLNR will no longer allow tour companies to go up to the summit. It's freaking cold up there, so going all the way up to the summit they're not able to do that. And then we are going to have a golf tournament, just not sure exactly where that's going to be. Some of the folks talked about doing it over on the Conoco side at one of the golf courses over there. But that golf course is about 2 hours from Hilo, so I don't know that that's going to work out. And the particular golf course that they mentioned, I'm not a fan of anyway, so I wouldn't. I don't think we'll go to that one. The Muni golf course here in Hilo, of course, is 10 minutes from the hotel. Would probably make much more sense. But Doug Adams is working that, so we'll find out more about that. And I think they're meeting again this week on the program and the events and stuff.
Can we just drive balls off the Naniloa into the ocean?
Oh, well, you can. And Naniloa
That's
has
all I need. That's all I need.
they have a 9-hole golf course, but I don't know that you want to turn those mats around and hit them towards the ocean. Any other questions? Concerns? I have been looking at the membership numbers, and I do it practically on a daily basis. And the district as a whole is doing pretty good. It's just we've got a long ways to go, and now is the time to build the momentum on membership and not wait until February, March, April, whenever we got our attention on a whole bunch of other stuff. Encouraging the clubs to work on membership, foundation, and those sorts of things now. So whenever we get into February, March, and April, we're able to focus on those other things.
Well, I just want to say, Randy, I'm super excited about you coming to the president's meeting, when we all have our presidents together. I think it's great timing, and I think it'll be really helpful to us. And your message will be great, and the president, so it's just, I'm super excited about you joining us. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Kathleen. And I just thought it was important to, you do the initial DG visit, and I just don't want them to think that okay, I checked that block and now I'm off to doing something else. I just want to stay connected with them, and I know some have challenges and want to be able to try and help provide some resources towards those challenges.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely my pleasure.
Hey, Randy. Hey, Randy Nostario. So with that new membership matrix that you're showing, like my clubs, 6 for Kona to need to break even, 6, 4, 3, and 2 respectively. That will put in danger your goal of net 1.
Well, and that's why they have to take a look at that attrition number now in order to get to a net of 1. If their attrition rate is 4, they got to bring in 5. And now's the time to be thinking about that, and not whenever we get to March, April timeframe.
Okay, 6 o'clock.
All right, we can do the transition over.